He was once the world's most famous male model. Even his looks were household names. Latigra, Magnum, and of course, Blue Steel. But that was a long, long, long time ago.
Old LeMay?
Hey guys, welcome to a review from Critic and Fan. I'm Michael and this is Rob, and today we're reviewing Zoolander 2 with Ben Stiller, Will Ferrell, and Penelope Cruz, and Owen Wilson. So for me, personally, I was very excited to see Zoolander 2. I was a big fan of the first Zoolander. There's a bunch of quotable lines in that movie, you know, like what is this, a center for ants? So there's a bunch of lines from that movie that, you know, really stuck to me, and it's been a big part of my life, and I was really looking forward to this movie.
Yeah, these movies, dude, they're not that deep. It's Zoolander. I remember I watched the first one. I didn't like it the first time. I didn't like it years after. The only reason I started liking it because my friends quoted a lot. And then I remembered like, oh yeah, that was funny. So going into this movie, I had zero expectation for the movie. And then I get there, it was funny.
All these years later, ever since the events of Zoolander 1, Zoolander finally made his actual dream school. You know, the school for kids that can read good. The school that he had just basically collapses. It gets destroyed because the materials that they used weren't very up to par with construction standards. He loses his wife in the process. So the wife that he got, she's dead now. Ben Stiller now, he's trying to raise up his child, Derek Jr. And you get in the very beginning of the movie that he is trying to be a good parent, but then Child Services see that he blatantly is not a good parent because Zoolander is dumb and he keeps making dumb decisions. Child Services takes his child away from him. Basically the premise of this movie, that he's trying to find his son and trying to get back into the model game.
It's not as good as the first one, I'll give you that. If I was cracking up, the audience was laughing. There's a few people who are crying. They were laughing so hard.
That actually is true, yeah.
So that's what this movie is for. It's not expectations. There are none. It's Zoolander. It's a stupid movie about models who are stupid.
Yeah,
you get what you pay for in this movie. Like, half the jokes land, other half don't land. But the ones that do are freaking hilarious. Really inappropriate, but they're funny. That's what I got from the movie. It's just a good laugh. Not much of a story to it. Like, no story. But it's still a good, funny movie.
So, you know, I saw some of the reviews, you know, on the internet and stuff like that, and some critics are, like, really hating on this movie. And I was really thinking to myself, why are they hating on it so much? I feel the need to defend this movie a bit because Zoolander 2, it is a dumb movie. It's very dumb, but that's kind of the point of what Zoolander is. Like, they're models that they're not smart at all, so there is going to be dumb humor involved. And like Rob said, is true. There's a bunch of humor that doesn't hit. In fact, there's actually at least 2 or 3 times that I remember in the movie where it was just dead silence. They were trying to pull off a couple jokes, and you understand what they're trying to do, but nobody was laughing in the theater. And it was just kind of basically awkward silence for at least 5 or 6 seconds, and we're just kind of like, all right, move on, go to something else. But the jokes that do hit, my goodness, dude, there were some lines that were just like made my gut bust. And yeah, and so I mean, for this movie being, how long has it been since the first movie was made?
At least like 15 years?
15 years or so, yeah. So for it to come back for so long and be this funny, did a really good job bringing back the characters that we loved. And yeah, like what Rob said, it's not, you know, as good as the first one. And there are a lot of problems with this movie, but you can for sure have a great time at this movie.
Yeah, I said, like, the best part of this movie is Will Ferrell. He's freaking hilarious. Yeah, like, he's the best part of the movie.
When he does come, though, you can see Will Ferrell.
I didn't time it.
You didn't time it. No, but when Will Ferrell does come on screen, you can just tell that he had so much fun being back as this villain character. He's just having a blast and a ball with it. And you can tell that Zoolander, well, Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson, they were really excited to be back in these roles as well. They really transitioned well into being these characters again. One of the problems that I had with this movie, there's this one character, I forgot his name, but we'll throw his photo up on the screen for you guys so you guys can know what we're talking about. There's this one guy, he's basically like this hipster slash, like, he's basically this guy that he's in this fashion world.
He's a parody of a hipster, basically.
Basically a parody, but he's so annoying. He's just trying to say a bunch of cool catchphrases and stuff like that, but literally every time he's on screen, I was wishing that he would just leave because he just is not funny. I don't understand what Ben Stiller was thinking when he wrote this character in mind, but he doesn't last in the movie that long, and when he actually stops being in the movie, you're like, thank goodness this guy is gone. Let's move on to something else.
But yeah, Penelope Cruz, hottest thing in the movie, of course.
Yes.
Of course she is.
Well, you can't say the hottest in the movie because she's practically the only woman character. Right? Well, actually, no, Kristen Wiig.
There's several women in the character, but she's the hottest.
You know, Penelope Cruz, I actually thought that she did bring a little bit of a good comedic element to this movie. Far more so than Kristen Wiig, because Kristen Wiig's character, she's very... I get it, it's a parody, it's a spoof of fashion, you know, directors and fashion just hype, people that are hype on the chain. But Kristen Wiig's character, how would you describe her as? Is she just very, like, you can't really understand half the words that she's saying?
She's just there. That's basically all it is. It's supposed to be like plastic surgery just froze her face.
Yeah, she's got like super humongous lips.
That's all it is.
Like that.
She's just there to get you to the next scene. Only problems I think in the movie, there is no story. But like I said, you're not going to this movie for a story or dialogue or action. You're going to see Zoolander to see some stupid crap. That's all you're doing here. And that's all they give you. No more, no less.
And in that, I think they actually succeeded in what they were trying to do. Because if you watch the trailer, you kind of do realize what you're going into. You do realize, okay, it's been a while since these guys have been in the game. And you wonder what kind of other dumb shenanigans they can use to try to come back with this movie.
Yeah, what you see in the trailer is basically what you get in the movie. So I say, if you want to see it, don't see it in theater. Wait till it's on DVD. You will enjoy it. You'll laugh. You might laugh a second time. Not worth seeing in theater.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth seeing in theater as well. Like I said, I mean, we did have a good time with it, no question about it. Just because we did have a good time with it, I would save money for this. I would save it for like Redbox or something like that. Because I mean, yeah, on a Friday night, grab some popcorn. I think that's what this movie's actually for. So guys, that's our review for Zoolander 2. Once again, we are Critic and Fan, and if you guys like what you see, click below to subscribe.